I just saw a threatening message from the state. It said, lights on when raining. It's the law. Isn't that funny? So you have all these cops like on the side of the road trying to bust people for something, you know? They need to have signs that said, don't rape kids, it's the law. But they don't. Why? Because they don't care about that. They care more about you not putting your lights on. Okay. They care more about you drunk driving. So many people drive drunk, dude. I'm not trying to justify that, but I'm just saying that many people do it and never get caught because they're good at it, okay? And I know that it just takes that one time that you do it and it totally fucks things up and people die and all that. But it's nowhere near as bad as child rape, you know? They talk about all these other things so they don't have to talk about child rape. Because that's like the most heinous crime that you could possibly commit. Which is why nobody wants to tackle that. They only tackle things that are on the surface. I was just thinking about this person that shot up that school in Nashville. And I was thinking about how she probably wouldn't have done that if it weren't for the smartphone. Because the smartphone is convincing people of all kinds of shit. And the smartphone is making people like histrionic. Like, I used to think it was just borderline personality. But I really think it's all of the cluster B personality types. So, if you're histrionic, that means that you love drama. Because that's what it means to be histrionic, okay? So you constantly need attention. Now, borderlines need attention as well, but it's more because of their emotional nature being so imbalanced. This friend of mine's like that. She's angry all the time. Histrionics don't have that issue with, like, the anger problem. That's a borderline thing. Narcissists have that problem too. But histrionics, like, have to have attention. They have to always be the center of attention. But these personality disorders are kind of confusing because, you know, they conflate. Is that the right term? Comorbid. They're comorbid with other disorders. Okay, yeah. Well, I was thinking about, like, how many shootings happen because people just want to be famous. Or people, like, want to make a name for themselves. Like, if you're a narcissist, or you're, like, emotionally unstable, or you're, like, addicted to attention, like, you're not going to care that all the attention on you is really bad, you know? You're not going to care that, like, everybody calls you a monster. I mean, who knows? This girl could have been, like, thinking that she was taking one for the tranny team, you know? Like, that's horrible, dude. That's so horrible. But it's probably true. Because they're fucking nuts. They're so crazy, dude. They want everybody else to accept their degenerate lifestyle. It's the same thing with a lot of these homosexuals. It didn't used to be like this. It wasn't this way until gay marriage got legalized. And then it just amplified to the point of no return. And now you have all these motherfuckers that act like, you know, you should be banned from society if you don't agree that two men should be allowed to get married, or, like, you know, a lesbian couple should be allowed to adopt kids or whatever. It's like, you know, I used to be of the impression that, you know, that why is that a big deal? You know, especially with all the kids in foster care, you know. I'm adopted, so I think that I have a pretty, like, unique perspective on a lot of things because of that. That's why I don't love this country. That's why, you know, I'm the black sheep of my family. I don't really fit in anywhere. And I'm glad for that now. For a long time, it was very, very painful, but now I understand why. And because I understand, I'm really grateful that I didn't kill myself all those years. Because God has revealed to me the reason behind all of these things. But I forgot what my original point was. We were talking about the phones. We were talking about people seeking attention. Taking one for the tranny team. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I used to be a liberal, so I didn't really understand, like, what the big deal was about, you know, gay marriage. But I get it now. And not just because I'm a Christian, but, like, just seeing, like, everything transpire the way that it has, and just seeing how fucking nuts so many people are. And not just people in those communities, but the people that defend those communities. And people that say, oh, well, the reason why shootings happen is because of bullying. Honey, I've been bullied my whole life. I'm still bullied because I refuse to get a smartphone, okay? Every comic that I do stand-up with has been bullied. Everybody I work with at Steak and Shake has been bullied. We don't do that shit. Stop using that as an excuse for bad behavior, dude. Like, that's a leftist thing, though, right there. That's totally a leftist thing. Where, like, anytime some crazy person does a crazy thing that a crazy person would do, all these leftist lunatics are like, well, they did it because of racism. They did it because of homophobia, transphobia, blah, blah, blah. It's like, there are plenty of gays and trans people that wouldn't do that because they're not crazy like that. So they don't realize how much they throw everybody under the bus when they make stupid-ass statements like that. It's just so frustrating. This world is just retardville. Retardville. They've retarded themselves. I think I'm going to say it like that because that's funny. I made a joke last night, and I realized that I sounded like I said the N-word. Yeah, that was funny. That was really funny. And I think that people didn't even get how funny it was. I said that I was going to create a MAGA hat, but it was going to be called, it was a mega hat. Making mental illness great again. With Amy Gross. Yeah, LGB, no T. They totally ruined it. They totally ruined mental illness. Mental illness could have been such a great thing, but gays had to get involved, right? We love you, Adam. This is not directed at you, okay? He knows. You should make hats that say that, because that would be really funny. Well, hopefully, you know, all the weed strains will make mental illness great again. What the fuck are you doing, dude? Yes, that should have been your first move. I don't know why. People do that all the time. Like, they try to turn where there's not enough room to turn. I mean, technically they're allowed to do it, but this guy had a big ass truck. Oh my goodness, I have to tell you guys a story. Some fucking retard tried to take his big ass truck through the drive-thru and destroyed the awning. And that's happened before, and my manager had to pay $8,000 to replace it. Just to let you know how stupid people are. This is not a good country.